Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this one. This is my 4-1 Japanese 2-on-3 review, where we went to Suzuka and we saw Red Bull bounce back after the disappointment in Australia. And obviously this was the full race classification. A Red Bull 1-2, normal service resumed for Red Bull. Obviously I am recording these videos while watching the Man United Liverpool game. So I do apologise if you do hear a cheer and all that, and if I do pause a few times. And but yeah, it is what it is. The only time I can get to record the videos as well. But normal service resumed for Red Bull. A nice 1-2 for Red Bull. Obviously, Red Bull's engines is Honda, and it is obviously Honda is the home of Japan, of course. That's their home. And yeah, a nice 1-2 for Red Bull to get back to normal service resumed. Normal service resumed. Qualifying, Red Bull weren't bad either. Sergio Perez was only 6,000 off Max Verstappen, so Perez was competing against him to qualify on pole. But this was the full qualifying classification. Charles Leclerc only qualifying 8th, so he made PSs up Charles Leclerc in terms of the rates. But to give Charles Leclerc driver of the day, I don't think so. I don't agree with that at all. It's very hard who you do div driver of the day, though, so I will give Charles Leclerc that. To be honest with you, because this circuit around Suzuka, there's too many S's, isn't there? S turns, and that's why it's been a 3-stop race, because the tyres can train easier with the amount of S turns you get, the amount of time to turn in the car on this circuit as well. But Ferrari, 3rd and 4th. Look, it's stood for Ferrari. It is stood for Ferrari, but it would have been perfect if their number 1 driver could finish above Carlos Sainz. Charles Leclerc, he's the one who has the priority, who's supposed to have the priority at the team, but yet he finishes above his teammate, who'll be even at the end of the season. And I keep on saying it, I think Carlos Sainz is the perfect person for Sergio Perez at Red Bull. If that happens, it's game over, in my opinion, for everyone. In my opinion, I do think that. I think that will even make Red Bull even better, in my opinion, which is a scary thought. Carlos Sainz overtaking Charles Leclerc during the race as well, which ain't a good sign, really, is it? Which ain't a good sign. I mean, come on, I'm being real here. I am being real. I think Charles Leclerc needs more criticism, in my opinion. Okay, maybe you can't say it's not his fault. I do agree with that. I do agree with that point. It is definitely the team's fault as well. But Charles Leclerc, he's been one of the reasons why Ferrari are probably been a bit of a laughing stock in F1, to be honest with you, because he can be very mistake-prone as well. And I just don't think he's done enough. I've always said it. I just don't think he's done enough for a top team like Ferrari. And I think Ferrari are getting rid of the one person, personally. Because I think Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton as a partnership, I think that would have been amazing. Obviously, Ferrari would obviously need a lot more to do in terms of the top pure staff members, having the top pure team members as well, in terms of strategists as well. Everything about Ferrari is just pure, and it ain't done enough from Ferrari, because 2022, I know that's in the past, but 2022, that was the year for me for Ferrari. They should have won the championships, should have won the titles, because they were the best prepared team going into that, with obviously the year of the essence. But Ferrari, it's that same Ferrari, it's Ferrari for me. And but obviously I don't think Ferrari could do anything better this weekend. So the only thing the only way I wouldn't criticise Ferrari, if Charles Leclerc finished above Sainz, then I'll be fair enough. Then that's fair enough. It's a good solid weekend. I mean, it's still a good solid weekend for Ferrari. I will give them that, but surely you need your number 1 driver finishing above your teammate. You can't have the teammate who is even, Carlos Sainz, finishing above Charles Leclerc. You just can't have it. So 3 and 4 for Ferrari. McLaren, 5th and 8th for McLaren. Lando Norris did start 3rd on the grid. Lando Norris for me could have got a podium, but he did pit too early, in my opinion, Lando Norris, which did cost him a podium place for me. So something that Ferrari got right in terms of Dennis McLaren against Lando Norris in the battle for the podium. And Piastri started 6th and finished 8th. So, yeah, it's a bit of a downgrade from qualifying for McLaren, you have to say. But in terms of the race, you do expect Red Bull and Ferrari to be above McLaren. So I'm not going to give McLaren too much criticism, to be honest with you. Because McLaren as well are definitely way ahead of Mercedes as well, which is what we're going to come on to next. Mercedes, another race for that for Mercedes. George Russell 7th, Hamilton 9th. In terms of qualifying, Hamilton qualified 7th and Russell qualified 9th. So basically, they swapped positions round in terms of the race. And Lewis Hamilton said the car was the best, has been the best he's felt for obviously quite a while, for the last couple of years. But yet, they're still underachieving Mercedes for the team that they are. Mercedes, who were battling at the top, their struggles continue at Mercedes. And yeah, Mercedes are definitely one of them where they just have to dig in Mercedes. And probably, I think they're waiting for the year of the Airstons now. It's been a horrible few years for that since 2021 for Mercedes. It's been a horrible years for them, and years for that, especially under these current radiations as well, which they are waiting for the new radiations at Mercedes. And yeah, Manchester United just stalled. Fucking hell. Why does it have to happen? But yeah, like I said, with Mercedes, a few years of that for me, from Mercedes, with their struggles, in my opinion, just with their struggles as well. It's just been a horrible few years with them, hasn't it? Up next then, Aston Martin, Lance Stroll started 16th. So maybe he could give it to Lance Stroll for trying for the day, you could say. Then 4 places, but then didn't store in the points. Lance Stroll. I don't think Lance Stroll is done enough. There is rumours of Fernando Alonso potentially staying at Aston Martin now after the incident to Mercedes. I think the rumours are Alonso is still waiting to see what's happening at Red Bull. Concerning Sergio Perez, maybe Max Verstappen as well. Who knows? With obviously the Christian Horner situation, which is done quiet, but Fernando Alonso started 5th, finished 6th. I think that's solid. I think that's a solid race for El Pian, Fernando Alonso. So it's a solid enough race for Fernando. Up next, then we move on to RB, as I told him. I think we need to call him RB now. Another home race in terms of the Red Bull's engines home race, which is Honda, which is based at RB. That is obviously a home race for them, and a home race for Yuki Tsunoda as well. Yuki Tsunoda, who's had a brilliant start to the season, hasn't he? So the brilliant start to the season, proven doubters one, including myself. Yuki Tsunoda. And then the points as well. Started 10th and finished 10th as well. So you've got to be happy with that if you're Yuki Tsunoda. Daniel Ricciardo, unfortunately, suffered that crash on the opening lap with Alex Albon, the two former Red Bull drivers colliding with each other, which was a racing incident. I don't think he can PM either. To be honest with you, I think it's hard to PM either. I just think this is one of them racing incidents. It's happened. And both of them were quite respectful to each other afterwards, asking if the other was okay. asking if the other was okay and all that. But it's not good for Ricardo. It really isn't good for Ricardo because for me, he's actually he's the one who's under pressure on his seat, not Nutty Snowder. Nutty Snowder at the moment, he's doing enough to save his seat. While Daniel Ricardo, is his time now up in Formula One? We all wonder. But still early in the season, still a lot of season to do to turn it around for Danny Rick. But really is sad to see because I think he has definitely declined, in my opinion, since even McLaren. Another good weekend for Haas. Didn't storm the points, but Hulkenberg and Magnussen finishing 11th and 13th, respectively. So very good for Haas, who obviously again proved us one. We all thought Haas would be the worst team on the grid, but they are, but they're not. But they're not. It seems like, as he mentioned in other reviews, dive after Gunther Steiner actually helped Haas, to be honest with you, with Hulkenberg and Magnussen. Obviously, defense 11th and 13th. Hulkenberg 12 by 12. Magnussen 12 by 18, by the way. So maybe Kevin Magnussen. You know what? I'm giving it to Magnussen. Even though he didn't store in the points, I think he's more deserving of time of the day than bloody Charles Leclerc, in my opinion, because Charles Leclerc is expected to move them places up. Obviously Charles Leclerc is expected to make them places up, while Kevin Magnussen, you probably don't expect that in the hard start. So yeah, I think Kevin Magnussen is my time of the day for me. I think he deserves a mention. Sorry, 18 to 13. I think I said 18 to 12, didn't I? But even still, he's moved up places, Kevin Magnussen. So, again, Haas, who have been one of the surprises start of the season, who have actually done well for the start of the season, who are currently the 7th best team on the grid, because that's where they are in the standings. And may it continue for Haas, because good start for them. Up next, then we move on to Sauber. Valtteri Bottas finished 14th. Valtteri Bottas finished 14th, and unfortunately, Zhou Guanyu had a DNF. So nothing you can say about Sauber, really. To be honest with you, just the same old for Sauber. Bottas 12 13. Zhou Guanyu just had a terrible weekend overall. He did qualify laps as well. But Sauber are expected down there as well. So they are down there for a reason, Sauber. Probably waiting for that. Probably waiting for, obviously, Audi to take over them in the next couple of years. Up next then, onto Alpine. 15th and 16th for Ocon and Dadsey. But I'm pretty sure in qualifying, if I'm not on dot out of Q1 of them, Alpine just done through it at the moment. We are done through it, Alpine. They've been done through it since the start of the season. They are obviously currently the worst team on the grid, Alpine, which is the cards are just falling at the moment at Alpine, and I keep on saying it. I don't even think Ocon and Dadsey might not be there next season, because I don't think they are prepared to stick by the project. Some sort of project Alpine have got, to be honest with you. So obviously better in qualifying from Ocon, but again, probably paving all the tracks at Alpine. And finally, Jordan Sargent obviously finished 17th, and Isaiah obviously suffered that DNF. Obviously, the TSM with Daniel Ricciardo on the first lap, it took both of them out. The race. And Jordan Sargent finished 17th, and he qualified 19th. So again, disappointing for Williams as well, who I did expect to progress at the start of the season even more. But I still stand by that. I still think they will progress again. And that is the that is the way through for Japan. So we look at the standings now. They are the constructor standings. Red Bull 21 point lead over Ferrari. McLaren in third. It could be Mercedes versus Aston Martin for fourth, and that ain't a good look for Mercedes, to be honest with you. Especially with Aston Martin, there's a lot of noise going on with Aston Martin, where obviously Lawrence Stroll could sell his share in the team, and Aston Martin, Adrian Newey has been linked with Aston Martin as well, and Adrian Newey is definitely the key for Red Bull for the way he's created that dominant car. And that would be an absolute coup for Aston Martin if that was to happen. And I remember saying a couple of years ago that I looked at the partnerships in terms of Mercedes, and I could actually see Aston Martin maybe being plus chances to Red Bull in the upcoming years. That's where they want to be, Aston Martin. They obviously want to be the next team to compete at the top. Aston Martin, and try and win constructors. That's their ambitions, of course. But you're not going to do that with Lawrence Stroll and Lance Stroll, in my opinion. You do need to get rid of them to start off with. Then get some key team members in as well at Aston Martin. Because I think that's what Fernando Alonso is waiting for, isn't he? I do think that's what Alonso is waiting for. He's waiting for what the plans are going to be. So, but yeah, they are the constructor standings. RB in 6th place, and Williams, Sauber, and Alpine still waiting to store points. I think all teams will store points by the end of the season. I do think Williams, Sauber, and Alpine will definitely get points at some point, in my opinion. So he's a trial standings. Then Max Verstappen, obviously still first. Sergio Perez has moved up 1 place. Charles Leclerc has dropped down 1 place. Norris has moved up 1 place to 5th. You have to that for Mercedes. Russell 7th, Hamilton 9th. Did not expect that. Not Hamilton either. Not Hamilton in 9th either. We didn't expect that either. So Lance Stroll, he's dropped down 1 place. And they are the other standings. Next pairs of standings and trial standings. Lotte Snowder closing in on that top 10 of the trial standings, proving everyone won. I tell you what, Lotte Snowder, I don't think he should get the Red Bull seat, but I tell you what, he might be in the thinking at Red Bull, because at the moment he has started the season well, Lotte Snowder, getting in the points as well. So don't rule that out, people. So, and yeah, and that is it for my F1 Japanese Qualifying 3 review. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below on the Qualifying 3 down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe, so yeah, and I'll see you all for the bottom review of Pistons versus the A-Mods.